Hi, this is Peter. In this video I will show you another beautiful French defense miniature. This game was played between Frederick Kotov and Slavko Tchigorin in Czech Republic in 1905. Frederick Kotov had white pieces and he started with e4. Slavko Tchigorin played e6 and we have French defense. Knight to d2, knight to f6, e5, knight f to d7, f4, c5, knight to c3, knight to c6, bishop to d3, c4, bishop to c2, f5, knight d to f3, knight to b6, bishop to d2, bishop to e7. Frederick Kotov played very interesting move here, h4, and Slavko Tchigorin castled kingside. And now this is the most critical position from white's point of view. Based on the fact that the king is on the king side, black chose to castle on the king side. White developed a very interesting plan here. Probably you can already see that he's going to castle queen side with the pawn on h4, and he's going to use his rooks to attack the king. But the problem is that those pawns are blocking the file, so he has to play something like g4, g5, g6 maybe, so the pawns would not block the file anymore. But no, Frederick Kotov has a brilliant idea, a special idea. In this position he played knight to h3. Before we continue, I would also like to highlight that previously, in the previous game, queen to h4 check was played early on in the game, so the pawn was on g3 and the pawn was defending h4. Now this is not the case. So knight to h3 from Kotov really offers this pawn as a gambit. In the game, Slavko played bishop takes on h4 check, knight takes on h4, bringing the queen down, very interesting, queen takes on h4 check, and now Frederick Kotov continued with his plan and he surprised his opponent big time by playing g3. Queen takes on g3 check, knight to f2, and Slavko Tchigorin played queen to g6. He realized that queen is coming to e2, white is castling, and then rook is coming to g1. So queen is feeling a bit uncomfortable, and because of this Slavko played queen to g6, queen to e2, bishop to d7, perhaps h6 or knight to e7 should have been considered, but we have bishop to d7, white castled long, h6. This is a good move, but the problem is that now black has a weakness, permanent weakness on h6. This is the target of the rook, and also of the knight. Knight is coming to g4 to attack the pawn, because after rook d to g1 the only move is queen to h7. If queen to f7, then rook takes on h6 is winning in this position. So queen to h7 is the only move, and now knight to g4, attacking the pawn and forcing the reply king to h8. Perhaps king to f7 is also possible, but knight takes on h6 check is very unclear what happens then. So we have king to h8, the best move. Of course, the problem is that if anything else than moving the king, then knight takes on h6 on the next move is winning. King to h8, and now Kotov played excellent move, brilliant move, bishop to e1. The idea is bishop to h4, bishop to g5. And now this is the most critical position from black point of view. Please find the best defensive move from black here. For in the game, Slavko Tchigorin played knight to e7, and this is a blunder, believe it or not. Better was to play bishop to e8, and perhaps then knight to e7. I will show you this line later on, but now let's focus on what happened in the game. We have knight to e7 here, and the problem is that it allows bishop to h4, and even though black will play knight to g8, defending the pawn on h6, bishop to g5, so essentially knight to e7 is too slow. Because now Slavko Tchigorin played bishop to e8, so he knew the moves. He knew that bishop to e8 was a good move, but this time around it's losing. It comes too late and it doesn't work. Can you see the winning continuation here for white? Kotov played knight takes on h6, and instead of resigning, Slavko Tchigorin decided to defend this. G takes on h6, queen to g2, knight to d7, rook to h6, rook to h3 of course, bishop to g6, bishop to a4, attacking knight, rook to f7 defending, bishop takes knight, rook takes bishop, bishop takes on h6, knight takes on h6, queen takes bishop on g6, queen takes queen, rook takes on g6, rook to h7, rook g takes on h6, rook takes on h6, rook takes on h6 check, but after the dust settled down, white is winning. In the game, Slavko Tchigorin played king to g7, but after Kotov played rook takes on e6, black resigns. There's absolutely no way to defend here. Well, this is end the game, so... And the problem is that white's rook is way more active than black rook. Black would have to activate it with rook to h8, but then rook to e7 would win the pawn. And if king to f7, then simply rook to d6. So there's really no defense here. Okay, let's have a look at other tries. So in this position, bishop to e8 was played and it doesn't work. Instead, let's say that black attempted h5. It kind of makes sense because the pawn is under tremendous pressure. So why not move it forward? The problem is that this move is losing on the spot too. Knight to f6 is winning. The first continuation is knight takes on f6, bishop takes on f6, rook takes on f6, e takes on f6, and the only move is g6 if black wants to defend. If pawn takes pawn, then queen to h5, queen takes on h5 and checkmate in two moves. So h5 is not a very good idea, is it? Okay. So in this position, we saw that knight to e7 is not a very good idea. Knight to e7 was played, knight to g8, and then bishop to e8. But if only Slavko Tchigorin reversed the order, he would actually hold this position. Because if bishop to e8 comes first, then bishop to h4 is not a very good idea because of bishop to h5. So white would have to play something like queen to g2. And now let me show you one variation here, because black still needs to be very careful. If you play something funny like a5, which is kind of a waiting move, then bishop to h4, and if h5 now, then the problem is again knight to f6. The line would continue: g takes on f6, e takes on f6, knight to d7, queen to g7 check, queen takes on g7, f takes on g7 check, king to g8, g takes on f8, queen check, king takes on f8, and bishop to d1, and white is winning in this position as well. Perhaps this would be longer because the queens are off the board, but white should be winning in this position. So really, bishop to e8 is correct move. Queen to g2. The threat is bishop to h4. Black could play knight to d7. So bishop to h4, h5, knight to f6 doesn't work because knight is defending f6. So white would have to play something like rook to h2, but after h5, queen to h1, and this position is about equal. A very interesting game from here, but this is another game for another time. But what I really wanted to highlight here is that bishop to e8 is correct move, but if knight to e7 comes first, then bishop to e8 is losing. Very interesting. The move order actually makes a tremendous difference in positions like this. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next ones. Thanks for watching. Bye.